Okay, I grabbed a couple of products here that I'm going to try to tackle this with, and I think this is all I'm going to need, but we'll see. So I've got some air in a can, and I have some contact cleaner. I have a case of air in a can, which I don't know that I'm going to use a whole lot of, but I have. We have compressed air at the shop. I'm just worried that it's not going to be dry enough. There's always a little bit of water in compressed air lines. And, I'm always a firm believer of air in a can for these kind of things. So I've got some contact cleaner. And then I got these little detail brushes, which I think would be really cool. My favorite things to do is watch car detailing videos. And these guys always use these detail brushes for lug nuts and vents and that kind of thing. And I've always wanted an excuse to buy these because I just think they're cool. So I got some. And I think I'm just going to spray some contact cleaner in here. That'll help me get all the switch sockets and that kind of thing. I have this guy for the shop vac, which anytime we do CNC maintenance here at the shop, we use this guy, and it has a little brush that goes into the end of it. So that's going to handle a bulk of the work. I've got the little microfiber towel. I got these little makeup remover pads. I thought that this would be the coolest thing to use for getting into small spaces without leaving residue, so I could put rubbing alcohol and things like that on it. And I got some spray wax for the just the console frame. I want to clean it. I got some multi-purpose car detailing cleaner, and then I figured we'd coat it with some wax. Although I did forget to put one thing. So I'm from the Midwest. So we've had this bottle of Farmore rubbing alcohol for a long time. So anybody that gets that will appreciate the reference. So let's get this cleaned. Okay, so we got the left-hand side pretty cleaned. So I developed a system with this to use the vac brush, then to vacuum the big dust out, and then go through with the detail brush and take lint out, and then go over everything with some rubbing alcohol, and then get everything at the final end, all the paint surfaces, with the multi-purpose cleaner and then finally coat it with the spray wax. And man, this thing is cleaning up really nice. So let's start with the back here. I think this is the most obvious or noticeable difference on camera. So let's look at the right-hand side. So this is 25 through 48. And this is what the left-hand side looked like. I'm just gonna get you real close. Just all kinds of gross dust in there. So a lot of these little light XLRs and some of these press nuts are really corroded. So I may, depending on how much time I have, just take those out and clean them up, or just replace them with new ones. So let me see if I can get you guys in here really close so you can see. So this is what we're dealing with down here as far as uncleaned goes. This is right behind the master section. And it is super gross. There's all kinds of stuff and hair, which might be mine, and dust and just junk. But this is the section that we just cleaned. So you can see the difference here, just as far as uncleaned and clean. So it's a bit of a laborious process. The cotton rounds are a little more linty than I would like, so that's why I'm going back and forth so much with the vacuum and the detail brush, which the detail brush totally rocks. I was not expecting that to be as good as it is, but it gets in all of these little nooks and crannies in here, and it's actually really nice. So actually, in one of my previous videos, I was curious as to what this is. It's a latch. I don't exactly know what it latches, but it's a, it's a panel latch. So we'll figure that out. So one of the things that I didn't really have a good way of getting on camera was cleaning this input section right here. So this is all clean too. Got in there and got it all nice and clean. So I got a nice coating of wax. All the channel numbers are nice and clean too. There was a ton of dirt on that. I didn't realize how white they actually were. But they look really nice too. All these press nuts are really corroded, which is kind of bugging me, but not enough to actually change it. So I decided to leave the carnage of dirty pads around just so you guys can see how much filth is coming off the board. You know, this is under the fader section here, so it's pretty nasty, but it's pretty clean right now. So again, here's some details on everything and the way it looks. These channel markers are all loose. You can peel them all up. After I pulled all the channels, I realized that these all, well, at least at the time they did. So I think I'm gonna pull those up and just re-glue them. I think just a bit of super glue will work. So I cleaned all the ribbon cables, but I also noticed that contact cleaner and rubbing alcohol take these logos off. So I got kind of careless in the beginning and decided to be more careful. So in case anybody's wondering, that's an airjet printer that does those. We had some products for a while that required those. We actually have one of those machines here. So it basically just spits ink out in a burst of air. And if you look on a soda can or things that has that same date code and stuff on the bottom, that's what those are. So we had I remember that we did have a solvent that took that ink off, but I also remember it being very difficult to get off. I'm kind of surprised that alcohol took that off. We had to have a special ink remover to take that off. But this is the power section where the power comes into the console. So this was, actually, there was dust and dirt in the corners, but as far as it all goes, it's not so bad. What I did find, though, actually, shoot, I had it on the table. There was a switch that came out, which I tried to show on the time lapse. Uh-oh, it might be lost in here. Anyway, I'll find that. It's a little blue switch. It looked like one of the channel test switches, so need to find out where that came from. I buffed this. This is all finished with wax. Just, it's very pretty. It's very pretty to show it all purple. And again, just to show just kind of how dirty it is. If you look at any flat surface, I don't know if you guys can see that on camera or not. I'm guessing you probably can't. There's just you know, grossness all over. So in the next video, we'll clean the rest of it. I'm kind of running out of time. It's the day before Christmas Eve, and I still have to go grocery shopping. So I think that if I don't take care of this quickly, I might get in trouble at home. I have a house full of people waiting for me, so I'm trying to just get this done before I leave work. So again, just to kind of see the difference here between, sorry, my phone's yelling at me, I'm almost out of batteries, how dirty all this is versus how nice and clean this is. You can kind of see. So if I don't get to this tomorrow or after, hope everybody has a happy holiday. Thank you again for stopping by, and we'll have the next video out for you soon.